You! Hello everybody, this is Red Vinyl Kitty, and today I have a feeding tube update. And it's been a long time since I've had a feeding tube update, and that's kind of exciting for me. It's super exciting for me. In fact, the last time that I have had a feeding tube surgery or anything along those lines is almost 6 months ago. That's like so exciting for me. It's like super exciting. In fact, yeah, that was because, I dislodged my feeding tube 6 months ago. I went in to have the feeding tube fixed, and I woke up grumpy. I was grumpy kitty, because they changed the type of feeding tube without telling me, and I hate when they do that. The reason why I hate when they do that is because, it's rude as fuck. Like, they should tell you what they're gonna put in you before you wake up, because it's my body. I'm not even saying that I'd be opposed to what they're doing, but they should at least tell you, but they don't tell you. They just do it. Anyway, so what they gave me was a weighted feeding tube, and I didn't know how that was going to turn out, and as with any new thing, it took a little bit to get used to, and when I woke up, I definitely felt like there's a weight in there. I know it's not that heavy, but usually with my ordinary feeding tubes, I don't feel it. I mean, I wear like a binder, so it's like strapped against me, and so I don't feel it, but I did feel that. I felt that there was something inside me like pulling. And so usually, for those of you who are new, I've had a feeding tube for almost 8 years now, due to gastroparesis, which is awful. Like, the whole thing it just sucks. Like, I don't love it. I do not love it. But it keeps me alive, so that's cool. But the thing is, the entire time I've had it, it's dislodged every, like, 2 to 3 months. Like, a couple times I went 4 months without needing a surgery. And I say surgery because I need full anesthesia. Like, they have to get an anesthesiologist for me. I am always in tremendous pain, and I can never sit still. And the person who's doing my feeding tube has never been, they can't do it on me. They're always like, anyway, so I do require full anesthesia, and it's always a nightmare, and I don't want to have surgery all the time. Nobody does. So anyway, they put in the weighted feeding tube, and the hope was that the weighted feeding tube was going to help me need less surgery. So, and it was going to hopefully dislodge less too, which is how it was going to have me have less surgery. So I woke up, I've had it in there, and I will be honest and say that me and Master Provis have noticed that it has begun to come out like a little bit, I would say, about a month and a half ago. But a little bit of migration is not like a thing where you call them and are like, you gotta put it back in. I mean, a tiny bit of migration is tolerable. It's not like it was leaking or anything, so we did not call them. We don't call them unless, like, I'm in severe pain or it's not feeding me or I can't use it. But the problem is that if it starts to migrate, then a dislodge is usually imminent. But here we are, month 6, and this is my scheduled feeding tube change. And it has not dislodged. This is very exciting for me. And it's only the first weighted feeding tube I've ever had, so I guess I can't really say it was that, but I really think it was that. I really feel pretty confident it was that, and I guess I'll have to wait until I have the second one, because I'm sure they're going to give me the same kind when I go back in, because unless something went wrong, they're not likely to change it. So, yeah, I think that's what did it. And also, I have another exciting development, and that is that it never clogged even one time. Like, it never one time became clogged with formula, which is really amazing. Like, there was no time over the past 5 and something months that the feeding tube got clogged. And with my ordinary feeding tube, I would say somewhere around month 2, it starts to get clogged, no matter what you do. And we flush it all the time. We flush it constantly. It just does. It just clogs. That's just the way. But no, it did not. It did not. It has, like, it's just made to clog less, the weighted ones. So if you are someone who has a feeding tube and you're dealing with the same things that I have been dealing with over the last 7 years, and nobody has told you about weighted feeding tubes, because nobody told me. Nobody ever tells me anything until I've been suffering for way too long, which is why I do the updates on the feeding tubes, because I'm hoping, one, because this is my vlog, and I'm just updating about my life, but 2, because I'm not the only human that exists out there with feeding tube, and I hope that this will help somebody out there. So if you have feeding tube, I hope it will help you. Ask about a weighted feeding tube, because it's been great for me. This one has. After I have the second one, I'll let you know if it was a fluke or not. But I don't think it was a fluke. I'm like crossing fingers that this was not a fluke. I'm very happy about it, because whenever I go and I have my feeding tube, like, fixed, depending how bad the dislodge was, etc., I could have downtime anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks. Just depending on, like, all kind of factors, like how bad the dislodge was, etc., like what the anesthesia was like. And I don't want to go through that several times a year. If I could cut that down to twice a year, that would be so much more preferable. Yeah, so that is my latest feeding tube update, and I will talk to you all soon. Mew! Bye!